coming to you live from On Chain Media. And today we are doing the very first Roll Call Weekly live stream. I'm joined today with Danny, the CEO and founder of RollX, and we have On Chain Advisor, Base Community OG, Quigley here with us today. And I'm so excited to dive into all things RollX on Base and to chat with our friend Quigley here. So, welcome everybody. If you're tuning in, if you could take a moment to retweet the stream, share this out with your network, we'd really appreciate it. And quick disclaimer before we dive in, nothing here is financial advice. I encourage everyone to always do your own research. And that being said, excited to dive in. And Danny, do you want to kick us off?
Sure, GM. Hey, Rachel. Hey, quickly. Well, thanks for hosting us. Our first roll call weekly. Wow, what a thing. I think it's going to be fun and love to, dive in to share everything we're doing with RollX and everything we're building on base right now.
Absolutely. And, I thought Quigley would be a very fitting guest for this first stream. Quigley is someone who has been building in the base ecosystem. He's been supporting so many different projects, builders, just a very active member in the base ecosystem. So, Quigley, we're happy to have you here today. Would you mind just running through and giving an introduction for? I feel like most people that are watching this, if you know me, you know Quigley at this point, you guys. We've done so many shows together.
Yeah, hey everybody, good to be here. It's our first stream though, so we've done
First
what,
stream, yes, we
like
got a first
hundreds
today.
and hundreds of spaces,
Hundreds of
IRL
hours of
events.
our
Yeah,
voices recorded together. I know.
first time on screen. So yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for the invite, Rachel. This is I was just telling Danny before we got on here. This is a new platform for me. I haven't had a chance to explore it yet, and I think it's going to be good for the audience. To get a chance to just hear some of my questions might just be random stuff that everyone else is wanting to know, and sometimes that's a nice way to do an interview. Like I'm totally green as far as as the product goes. So happy to be here. Yeah, I've like you said, I've been on base since pretty early. I wasn't here from day one, but it's always day one. So I guess we've all been here since day one. But I've been here for a couple of years and just building alongside a lot of legends and trying to do my best to keep things rolling in the right direction. So happy to be here today and happy to join you, Rachel.
So happy you're here, and also I love the saying "Let's keep it rolling." I feel like with Rolex, every day we're coming up with a new saying. Let's roll, let's keep it rolling. We're on a roll. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun coming up with different phrases here. So real quick, Danny, I just want to give a TLDR because this is the very first roll call weekly we're doing. So would you mind just giving an overview of Rolex, what it is you do, what problems you solve, and yeah, it's kind of a quick TLDR.
Sure. So we do have our V1 ready, and it's live for over 8 months in base. So Rolex V1 is a perp trading platform. We do support high level trading. Users can right now trade leading assets with up to 500x leverage and all fully on-chain liquidity and minimum slippage. We do have the vault to be playing the role as a counterparty with the traders, and right now we have over, like 150,000 total users and complete over 350,000 total trades and surpass 22 billion trading volumes until today. And right now we have about around 30 millions in our vaults as the liquidity, the TVL, and also we're going to have the huge news to be announced today that we're going to build another 100 million, vault with our great partner together. So this is going to be huge,
Woo!
and this is all just for our V1. But what I want to, actually excited the most for us is our V2. Because V2 is going to be something really different, and so far there is no other products playing the same role for base. Because that's going to be a universal asset capital markets. It's built natively on base. Everything is customized for base. It's going to be an order book model with global liquidity and all the advanced cross margin collateral, and to be the perp engine to support base, to do the price discovery, and also the full liquidity to back all the assets, minted on base, to support the chain, and to bootstrap the, the liquidity on our end, and also to to position ourselves from, like a perp DEX, from a perp layer to support the entire ecosystem. So this is going to be something really interesting.
Absolutely. And if you guys look at the RollX socials at RollX we have been doing a lot on the side of getting announcements out about the V2. Helped with putting together a thread. I have a video here I released on this as well. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see here we recently released. This was yesterday. Just an informational thread on all things RollX V2. So Danny, do we want to run through any of the main points that people should know if they're tuning in, they're building in the base ecosystem, they're trading? What are the top things here that you want to run through today?
Yeah, why not? I think we can probably I would love to share a bit of what we have done, right? A little bit details, and then we can move to what we're building today, why we choose to build this kind of product on base, what's the highlight of the product features. How does that sound to you?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. So a bit of history here. So we started from April last year, but we kind of started to build on base from the beginning of this year. We launched on the mainnet in April and this year. And because last year actually we kind of started as a very small studio because we don't have too many people with team at that time, and we try to build a BTC native perp DAX at that time because we see that BTC ecosystem it's kind of growing, and we named the product RollX at that time, and we try to enable all the BTC native assets to be using on the platform. We found there's a huge opportunity over there. We built on a BTC L2 at that time and apply for a grant from that ecosystem. And luckily, we won the first place and got $1 million grant and started to build a whole thing. Really thankful for everybody who have supported us at first. Otherwise, we don't have the chance to move to today, right? And we kind of ran campaigns with different partners, like including like Binance, OKX. So we have some early adopters or supporters from there. But the thing kind of really didn't move as what we expected because the BTC ecosystem, you know, kind of didn't really grow as fast as what we expected. So the gas fee could be very, very crazy. And I still remember like at the peak, it's around $2 to $3 per trade, which does not really make sense, for users. But Base is totally different. We kind of look around, we found okay, Base could be the right thing, could be the right ecosystem to pivot to build on. So we decided we made a big decision because at that time it's pretty tough for us. We know that without incentives users just don't they just leave or they won't trade, right? So it's a pretty tough time for us, but we have to make the decision how we can build a product that users want to use. So we made the decision and we're so happy we made the right decision because first the gas fee is super friendly. It's kind of really it's not costly at all. It's kind of negligible. And then we found the base community. Whew, it's totally different thing. It's totally different story, right? They're so welcoming and they do support each other. They care about you and they want to hear your story. They want to learn about your product and see how you can bring value to the community and to base as a whole. So I kind of feel the momentum here. The first call with Rachel is always it's kind of touching, and we have so good dynamics in between, right, Rachel?
I have to say, yeah, I want to give flowers to Danny. I want to give flowers to the Rolex team. When Danny and I hop on a call, first of all, shout out to Kevin as well. We had some amazing steak in San Diego the other week. Danny, when her and I get on a call, it is go time, you guys. We are just so focused and locked in. I love working with people that like have a level of inertia and the ability to like tactically execute. Like she's just like so fun to work with. Like we get on a call, we have actionable items, like we're organized, we got our documents. Like I don't know, we just have a lot of fun, you guys. So, Danny, I'm always gonna give you flowers. So
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah, I think, well, I'm so happy too, to build on base, to get connected with base community and all the amazing people here. I think I try to get to know quickly more because Rachel told me that you're a really fun person and you're, quite, strong base community member, and would love to share more with you and to learn your ideas, your thoughts, and to try to, get you more involved. We're so happy to have you today. Really want to say thank you, and also want to be more connection with you afterwards. And yeah, hope we can have some fun journey together.
Yeah, looking forward to learning more about the platform and getting to know you guys better. Yeah, so far so good. I like some of the some of the different directions you guys are taking this. I always love hearing origin stories and kind of hearing how things started and how you got to where you're at. I'm kind of curious to
Yeah.
know if you don't mind, just
The origin, right?
yeah, where did this all start? Like, how did you guys go all the way back to the very beginning? What brought you all together?
Inception. Yeah.
I'm just
Of
curious. What was
course.
that
Of
first
course.
spark?
Maybe Quigley should
Yeah.
host this. I feel like that's a good question, Quigley.
I'm just throwing a curveball at you.
No, I
Throwing a
love it. I
curveball.
love it.
Well, yeah, I probably can start with how I get connected, or how do I know about crypto and why I started to build the thing. So I kind of told my friend, well, I started to know about crypto, or quote unquote blockchain at that time. People talking about blockchain in China and the Bitcoin as well. So first time I heard about this word is like 8 years ago. And my
Mm,
friends, they're talking about Bitcoin, and one of the friend, just told us like, hey, Bitcoin is the future, and you should have you heard of blockchain, right? All these things. So I said, oh, what is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? This sounds pretty weird, right? And but they said it's a future. You should learn about it. You should buy Bitcoin right now. But my friend with me, she's a teacher. She's working in Tsinghua University, supposed to be, pretty open-minded to the global financial market, and she told me like, this is a scam, this is definitely a scam, don't touch it, don't listen to him, right? This is a normal play. And I try to talk to my family members about this, and they kind of feel worried. I can check out, I can, I can see the expression, on their face, like they don't want me to touch it. It feels scary because nobody knows what it is, right? And but for me, it's like my characteristics is like, oh, this looks fun, sounds interesting. So it got I kind of I got curious about the whole thing, the idea of financial freedom, like how blockchain change things work. Um, they're all they're all fascinating, interesting to me. So I started Googling, and, to get to know people, because there are a bunch of people working in space talking about Bitcoin, every day say, you should buy it now, right? And to sell your house and to sell your cars, and to buy Bitcoin right now. So I kind of started to get to know people working in the space. But at that time, I didn't really jump into the rabbit hole. I kind of started to learn how to get my very first Bitcoin, and to to try to hold a crypto asset, because my friend told me that if you don't have an asset, you don't have the right to talk about it, right? You have to feel it. You have to be part of this. The only way to get to know this is to hold an asset, whatever you want to buy, right? You can buy Ethereum, you can buy Bitcoin, or probably use some other tokens like repos at that time, right? And whatever you have to buy it, and that's the only way you started to learn it. So I started to invest into Bitcoin from that time, and I get to know people, because there are some giant exchanges that started from China, right? Most of
hmm
the exchanges, they're kind of starting from China, and they're built by the Chinese devs. So I kind of learn and get to know these people, and also some early projects like Neo, some other, big project at that time, back to like many years ago. And I get to know these people, and I found they're so bullish about crypto. They're so deeply believe into it. But now they're kind of everywhere, like in Singapore, Dubai, Hong Kong, but they're not allowed to be staying in China for now. And people cannot openly talk about Bitcoin in China. This is really challenging. And but luckily I get to know all these people and all the ideas, the blockchain, everything from there. Otherwise, I could be it's going to be hard, right? Everything is on chain. I have to check it out on Twitter, on the media to get to know about it. But at that time, I'm still lucky. Because I can face the people, I can talk to them in person, I can join meetups. That is really helpful. It feels totally different. So the people I met back then are now the ones who helped me to build RollX. So this is something really cool, and I really enjoy the whole thing. I think that's it's kind of like the seed was planted like many years ago, and for this cycle, I kind of like, why not build something? So I did a lot of research for the past years. If there's a chance for me to finally build something. Oh, one sec. My Okay, my phone is ringing. So if there is a chance, what kind of product you want to build? So for me, it's like I'm really interested into trading and especially perp trading. So I get to know the people who have been built this kind of product before and on different ecosystems and also the centralized trading system. So I said, why not to try to build this kind of product? It's really valuable, not just for bull market, but also for bear markets. And also we found we know it's been tested out because Hyperliquid performs super well for this cycle and people know about it. I said, why not build the same thing? Even before Hyperliquid was like this today, right? So I think we should do some research how we can make a better perp dex on chain. And I think they set up a very good example, a model for us. And so when there's a chance to build on, build on BTC ecosystem, and there's a chance to be the leading player from that ecosystem, we decided, to get started. We don't have too many people at that time. I think about 6 people, and we started to build and to try to build a prototype and try to launch on the mainnet to ask for a grant if we can carry on building because we didn't raise any external funding from there. And luckily, just as what I mentioned, like we won first place and got $1 million grant, so we can start building from there. I'm really thankful. And but the thing is, why we decided to build on base because the reason why the gas fee was really costly and the BTC ecosystem kind of didn't really grow as what we expected. So we found base is the place to go. Base has its own perp dex, or some other players is building kind of the same thing, but our V2 is going to be something really different. It's going to be bringing value to the entire ecosystem and also play a significant role for this this community and to back up the all the assets base. I think it's going to be a fun journey because we know the right thing to do and we're working on it very hard. Yeah.
No, that was amazing. That's why I asked the question. I wanted to hear
We
your
got
your
the
journey.
whole
Yeah,
story.
that was fantastic. Yeah, I think it's always interesting to me hearing a founder, talk about what brought them into the space because we're all so aligned on that. Like there's so many, you're in a different part of the world. The I'm sure the sort of environment that you were in at the time is obviously very different than what say my environment was, but we still have that same overlapping, idea of like,
Families.
hey, like how do we get out
Yeah.
of this this mess that the system has made around us. So no, it's really cool hearing your story, what got you into crypto and then how that evolved and how you sort of got into what you're doing now. So very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
something I'd say in the US, like just because this is fresh in my mind, I think advocacy is very important, right? So we can have a
Yep.
clearer regulatory landscape. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a Stand with Crypto poster on my wall right here. It might be cut off, but yeah, I'm very active with the Stand with Crypto ecosystem. I am an ambassador, so I feel like constantly like working here to make sure we're getting more clarity and clear regulations is always a good thing. So, um, yeah, well, Danny, thank you for sharing the origin there, and I do want to dive in as well on what Quigley is working on, his story, and all of that. But if there's anything you want to share from the RollX side, like what are like the top things you want people to walk away with today?
Well, I think it's definitely our VTO, right? What you can see today is on our website is our V1. We started to build on like over half a year ago, and actually we decided to build V2 or started the research or building the whole thing for V2 like maybe 3 months after we launch on base, because we see there is a chance. Like as I mentioned, some projects they might not even change a line of code. They don't have to, right? Like Uniswap, Pancake, but they're evolving. They're also improving. But some projects they just keep the smart contract running and never really improve it or change a line of codes. But for us, we really want to build something valuable to the ecosystem. So you can see right now, the V1 is it's more like a pool based or Oracle based AM perp decks, and our V2 is going to be something different because V2 will be Autobook, like club style perp decks, just like a Hyperliquid, but everything customized for base. It's kind of, we would have our bridge vault on base mainnet, which means users can deposit funds into the vault, will be secured by TE, and they put the funds into it. We're not going to touch it, and everything is fully, self-custodial. That is really crucial compared to other, exchanges, because right now for example like Aster or Hyperliquid, people are putting funds into the exchange wallets, right? The people are still facing some problems, like when they want to withdraw the funds, they may face some centralized interference, like maybe they have to approve before you withdraw the funds, or even some emergency happen, like for example, like the chain cut off, right? What if the Hyperliquid ABM chain cut off, or something wrong with the exchange? They can always stop everything, but in the centralized way. But for us, it's something different, because our model will be like all the funds stay on base L2, sorry, the base mainnet. That means we'll bring huge liquidity to base from there. And
It's
if the
music
users
to
want
our
to,
ears.
yeah, yes, if the users want to move their funds, they can do it directly. No approval from us needed, and they can just verify it on chain. We're going to put all the DA, all the data on Ethereum as the backup as well. So that means the whole system design is super secure. Everything is under control by the users. But we're going to build our own quote unquote app chain, which is going to be an L3 for base. So we put all the transaction history, all the everything on our own base chain. But the transaction, the trading engine, everything happen will keep in the TE enclave. So it's gonna be super safe. And the funds will stay on L2. That means, everybody's happy. I think base will be happy too. And it's not in our pocket, it's in users' own pocket. I think that makes a lot of sense. It makes a huge difference compared to some design or architecture of other perp decks. So this is kind of value. And also because the base had tons of assets maintained every day, right? Like creator coins, RWAs, especially like like Jesse told us, or Bram Armstrong told us, that they're going to move everything on chain basically, right? Trade the bounds or local stables, etc. And we'll be able to enable users to be using all these kind of assets as collateral. They can do cross margin. There is a single account. They can put all the assets they're holding into open position. This increase the capital efficiency drastically for them, because they don't want to sell those assets. I still want to hold Apple stock or Coinbase stock, right? So I kind of open position with all these different kinds of assets. We will be able to support all the assets to be using as collateral as well. And of course, to be treating this asset, this is kind of something easier compared to the previous things we're going to do. They can definitely always open your positions and trade all these on stocks on chain, the other RWAs, or different kinds of asset. That's also doable. So I think the thing is something really cool, or I think I kind of believe in, is I feel like this kind of products is definitely needed, because all those assets on base need a very strong liquidity, right? So if there is no liquidity, no price discovery, of course they're going to trade, or they're going to behave on other ecosystem, other chains. So
Mhm.
if we want the money stay, we want the user stay, and definitely we have to have deep liquidity and price discovery for all these assets. Otherwise, we see that there are so many assets, but if we want, a less or keep on rolling, I think we definitely need this kind of product to enable users to trade, to hedge funds positions. I think this is going to be something really cool. You can see that what I mentioned about like Hyperliquid's kind of pull liquidity from Arbitrum to their own ecosystem, right? Right now, over 60% or even higher of USDC Arbitrum has been put into the HLP, or trade on Hyperliquid. What if there's this kind of product and can bring money from other ecosystem to base and to enable them to trade here, and also to keep the monies stay here, right? We have to keep the money, keep the liquidity, stay on base, and also bring liquidity from other ecosystem to base. That's kind of value we can bring to base, and we can boom the ecosystem from backing up the liquidity and asset value from there.
I'm so happy to hear that. A common piece of feedback I've heard from people in the base community, in the ecosystem, is that base needs more liquidity. So really coming in from that angle and helping there, I feel like you're just going to add so much value from the base ecosystem. And I've been in DMs with the base team. We've chatted about RollX, and it seems like everyone is receiving it so positively. The community, the base team. It's like very, very exciting to see like what's possible here.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, let's zoom out a second. If you connect all the dots from Coinbase base recent announcement like yesterday, I think the direction is very, very clear, right? They're like it's about re-architecturing the financial system to live on chain, on base, right? So the stocks, ETFs, like tokenized equities, right? Perps futures, prediction markets, RWAs, payments, stablecoins, and probably AI native financial primitives. So all different kinds of products, same direction. So everything is moving on chain, right? So all these things, they need deep, persistent liquidity, reliable price discovery, capital efficiency, capital efficient trading infrastructure. So without these, tokenized stocks are illiquid shells. RWAs can't really scale. Prediction markets stay shallow, right? They still have a lot of liquidity issue because all the liquidity goes to the big, like Kalshi or Polymarket to go to the big players, right? And capital flows in once, then just leave, right? This isn't a market problem. This is an infrastructure problem. So this is where exactly what we see our role. We're not just, as I said, we're not just another perp DEX on base. We're building the liquidity and the price discovery engine that everything else on base depends on. This is crucial, and this is of the most important, I would be saying, like to help support all the assets protocols building on base. So perps aren't just like a trading product. It's kind of like hedging layer for all the on-chain assets, like risk transfer layer for capital, and a liquidity anchor that keeps money in, keeps money on chain. If you want real on-chain finance, you need a serious derivatives layer. And if Base wants to support millions of assets on tokenized stocks, real institutional grade on-chain markets, then Base definitely need a native high performance derivatives layer, and not something bolts on, from elsewhere, not a fork, not a, like easy version. And this is exactly what we're building with our V2. Yeah, because like Hyperliquid didn't just build a good DEX. They build an entire ecosystem, right? So the liquidity follows, and the community follows. And I think this is something really cool. And if we can deliver this kind of trading engine, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a big boom on base. So yeah, so I'm really happy to see how we can bring new liquidity into base, and to see base, the value of the liquidity on base compounds and grow drastically with what we have done, what we're going to build from here. Yep. Does it
Well,
make
I
sense to
am
you?
so excited. Some of the metrics from the V1, you guys, the metrics, what they've been able to accomplish, their milestones are like very impressive. So I'm excited to see what this community first project, you guys, this is also a community owned project as well. I think that's really
Yes.
interesting that you're putting the community first. And I know Quigley's a community guy, so he's definitely going to love this.
Oh my God. Yeah. quickly, do you want to jump in, say something so far? Because I talked a lot. I want to see. Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw out a few thoughts. I think I said at the
Yeah.
beginning, I haven't used your platform, so this is all new to me. But what's really exciting for me so far is hearing where your mind is at, kind of where you're coming from, y- the way that you're talking about what happened yesterday with base, the way that you're introducing your V2, the concepts. It makes me feel pretty bullish about what you're doing because again, I still have to go use it and play around with it, but this is the type of stuff I think a lot of people on base have been, asking for and kind of waiting for quite some time. So definitely excited to hear that you, Danny, are coming from the right place and delivering something that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. So sorry, let's talk about this community thing. What are we doing here? We got a community. I don't know about
Yes.
this part either. So let's.
Yeah, of
What's
course,
this?
of course. This is
I feel like
very
we're doing a
important
live
because
onboarding right now. I
What's this about? Yeah. Let me.
we got to do
Oh
this
man.
more often, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think different ecosystem, different chains, they need its own tempered liquid, right? We have been seeing like how Aster bring value to BNB chain. So they play a significant role for Binance right now, right? Some of the assets even started trading on Aster before they launch or they get listed on Binance, right? They have spot market, they have perp market, and it's kind of hypes. And also I think Aster kind of like today playing a role as the killer app on BNB chain. Maybe Pancake. I don't know. I cannot really think of another product that plays a kind of important role so far. But other ecosystem like for example like Lighter is super popular recently. They're doing great job as well, and they bring value. They kind of build on the ZK rollup model. They have their own model, and they kind of using ZK technology to enable everything from there. And we're starting from a different approach. We're using TE, which also anchors to what Base has been building. Right, they're also been using this technology to increase the speed and to build their own, to speed out and to improve. And what I want to say here is like the community thing, because Happy Quid also inspired us a lot at first actually, because they also position themselves as a community driven product. There is no investor, there is no like insiders, right? This is something really different compared to some other platforms. So we choose to be a community first at first, and this model is kind of the thing we want to chase for. We don't want like an investor dominates the outcome. They can dump the token if they want, and there is carry on selling pressure once we launch the token. And so we believe in Base because I think Base community is kind of the best on the earth. There is no other community better than the Blue Army, and I think this is kind of thing that we can
We have a
definitely
chat called
leverage.
Blue Army
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, really? Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
I literally
So
do.
if you want to build a community-driven style, why? You should definitely do it on Base, right? They have the best community. So I want everyone who believe in Base and who believe in us to actually own a piece of this infrastructure, to own a piece of this platform. So holding our, native token, which is about to launch very soon, and means you're a shareholder, right? In Base liquidity future, not just the platform. And because I'm super bullish for Base for the long term, because I think Base kind of sits at the intersection of some very important things like distribution, for example, because Base has Coinbase behind it, like hundreds of millions of users, right? The real on ramps, and also like the culture. The Base community actually cares, right? They support each other, they care about each other, they create, they vibe, they grow together. So I think this is a phenomenon. I didn't see it elsewhere, right? And also the direction, right? Like Jesse and Brian Armstrong has pointed out, and they have been saying like Base isn't just trying to be just another layer two, right? They want to be the
I love
settlement layer
it.
for on-chain finance and everything basically. So this kind of future needs deep liquidity and price discovery. This is thing I always been talking about, and that's why we're building on Base here, not just for short term, but for years. Because perp dex is definitely the thing, not just survive for bull run, but also for bear bear market, right? So we want to get started from now and to try to get more connection with the base community and to hear about what they want us to, how they want us to improve what they want from us and how we can bring value to them and to the ecosystem as a whole.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like you guys really nailed your vision for coming onto base, and you're doing it right. And I see Eureka Pixel in the comments is saying community driven. She loves the fact that you guys are prioritizing community driven. But yeah, I would love to pass it over to Quigley. You know, Quigley has been a member of the base community. I feel like you're someone that very much intuitively understands community building, like people, relationships. Like you're just I feel like a very well respected person on base. So, like, what would your advice be to RollX with coming into the base community, given your experience?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say over the past, 6 months or so, there's just been a lot of like sort of mixed emotions and feelings about where things are at when it comes to the base community, the base trenches, the base team. Like we're all kind of we're kind of in a zone right in a era right now of base where there's a lot of different opinions and different people are coming out and saying different things. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of the pain points, they are being solved by products like what Danny's bringing with Rolex. We need to figure out how to take the current sort of, whether you're on, and this can go out to anybody in crypto. Like you could be on Solana and have these same problems, but you know, a lot of the issues that we're having tie back to just like not understanding liquidity, not understanding, chasing the wrong things, um, and not practicing good sort of like um, technique or whatever as it relates to trading, right? So I think things like what Danny is talking about tonight, and why I said that comment earlier about, hearing sort of the mentality of Danny and like where she's coming from as far as the direction they're building in, that makes a lot of sense to me. Base does need this. So from my perspective, whether it's in the community, in the trenches, or being someone that works with a lot of different types of projects, whether they're building, DeFi products or building memes or building whatever they're building, I think we all have a similar kind of, even the creator coin thing. I think it got brought up a little bit earlier. Like there's an issue there. Like we can't really trade those things right now. We're still trying to figure that piece out. I know there's some really
I
smart
want to hear
people.
your thoughts on
Yeah.
that and like maybe a little more of a breakdown there because something Quigley and I were talking about before we went live. And okay, if you're watching out there, Kingfisher Media, we just had a conversation before this about journalistic integrity, right? Quigley was saying, when I do a show, when I do a space, I want to be able to tackle something from all angles, right? And like maybe highlight like the things that are a little more contrarian that people are saying because it's the truth, right? So what would you say you is the sentiment that you've been hearing around creator coins?
They don't work. I
Good
mean,
and
they're just
bad.
not. Yeah, no, I mean, they just don't work in the current state. And one of those people that can do, when it comes to being a contrarian. I more or less listen to both sides, and I like to
Right.
take things in
That's
from both
realism.
sides.
Yeah.
And I've got a partner who's been adamant that, the whole creator coin concept isn't going to work. It's not ever going to go anywhere. He's a creator himself, and he's like, he's giving me all the pain points, from that side. And I listened to, I think we interviewed like Ibu from Docker, and we've had some other folks come on and talk positively about creator coins. And I think that there is a world that we can, live in, where creator coins have a big impact and mean something, but we just haven't quite figured that out yet. And as I was saying about trading them, like it's just not, it's not something that people are going to be able to easily do. There's just a lot of learning curve, a lot of, I guess you could call it, experimentation that needs to be, done on that side. But um, you know, from my perspective, I think that they're a positive thing for people who don't have, any way to monetize their work, and they want to find another way to do that. I think there's a level to it that makes sense. It's just there's got to be a lot more um infrastructure, and I
And
don't know. I don't
responsible
know what the word is.
stewardship.
Is it infrastructure
Responsible
or?
stewardship.
Yeah, there's just more. Maybe Zora hasn't figured it out yet. You know, they pivoted once from NFTs to creator coins and or
Yeah,
content
I
coins, then
used
creator
Zora
coins.
back when it was NFT. I remember, like, yeah, my older content was on
So
Zora. It was
so
different.
maybe the creator concept maybe they take it to another level at some point. We haven't seen it yet. And so I can be on both sides of it. I don't know if that's the answer, but the real big gamble right now, and we talked about the base app, you know, bringing that sort of creator coin concept into their app and their social side of things. That means that at least in the near future, they're here to stay. I mean, they're going to be a big part of that, right? So you know, I've been telling everybody that I've, you know, worked with here recently, like whether you like creator coins or not, or you think they work or not, get used to
Not
them. They're
going
going to be,
anywhere.
yeah, they're going to be in the conversation for a bit. You know, because it's not like Coinbase and Base are going to roll out the Base app and just, oh, never mind, that didn't work. Although Brian did ask today, Brian did put out
What'd he
I
say?
don't know, he asked a question.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna
Have you
pull this
not
up.
seen it?
I feel like we're getting into like the current events and like
Yeah.
meta. So like
Oh, you
Danny,
got to see this.
I,
He
I'm loving
basically
this conversation. This is why I love talking to Quigley.
he basically just asked, like, he pretty much just said, do you guys think we should keep doing this, or should we make the base app more like a decentralized Coinbase wallet? Like, which direction should we move in here? I don't know if it's going to be on his base app post. I know there's probably screenshots of it everywhere. I don't think he's posted it to his own.
Yeah, his
Uh,
account's been popping up the past 24 hours. I don't even know. I'd have to
Hold
sift
on.
through so many posts to find this.
I'm
Wow.
gonna I'm gonna find it pretty quick, I think. Hold on, because it's gonna you know someone's yeah. So if you go to RB3K, you know who that is, right?
RB3K.
RB3K. Yeah.
RB3K.
The Salo.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, yeah.
This looks
So go
familiar.
so
Okay.
go down his feed a little bit. Go down his feed
Okay.
a little bit. Keep going. It should be one of it was 8 hours ago, I think he posted the screenshot.
Okay.
So
5.
keep going. Oh yeah, he's got it. I think yeah, there it is. Okay, that's
Okay, here
this
we go.
post
All right,
from Brian.
let's dive in.
You read it.
All right,
You
I'll
read
read.
that to us.
All right. I can't do like a good Brian Armstrong voice. I can't
Oh, here, I'll do my
all
impression
right.
because I got no hair,
You're
so
bald, man. I feel like you should be doing
I got the bald energy, you know.
this.
Yeah, should Base App focus on being a self-custodial version of Coinbase, you know, trading and financial services oriented, or lean into content creator coins and social, or is this a false dichotomy? This is a key question I heard from people coming out of the product event yesterday. So just that alone has already got a whole lot of people kind of being like, wait, are they pivoting already? Or is this a pivot? Like, is him asking this question on the base app already like Brian kind
Mm.
of being like, I don't know, is this gonna work? Which is kind of crazy. Action produces information, and this team is shipping like crazy. I love that we're building in the open and letting the market guide us. What do you think? I mean, he's basically saying, tell me what you guys want me to do here, which is pretty wild
I like
considering
that.
it's cool, but it's also like, man, these guys literally just shipped this thing yesterday, and you've got a post already that's kind of like, should we do this, or should we go and make
Mhm.
this more about trading? Because you saw what happened with, you know, Farcaster. I mean, they've
Yeah,
essentially openly
Farcaster did a
admitted,
pivot recently. They're
yeah.
not focusing on social anymore. So, I think like okay, that's how. And I'm sorry, Danny. I know we're going into a rabbit hole here, but I think
Well, I
everything
want to
is
hear her thoughts. Yeah.
yeah. I think everything's interconnected, and there's kind of ripple effects from that, right? The Farcaster pivot. It makes you question, okay, what other things might this happen with? You know?
Well, I'm not. I actually,
Sorry
to
to
be
put you
honest,
in the hot
I'm
seat. We're putting Danny in
no,
the hot
no,
seat.
no. I'm not holding, any creator coins to be honest. But I know, like, I think what quickly just mentioned, like about NFT stuff. I think it's kind of, I feel it's kind of the same thing. But I think NFT can definitely survive with very thin liquidity. So it's okay because they trade occasionally, right? It's also culture driven, but they kind of trade occasionally, so price jumps, and that's totally fine. But if Base wants to carry on, focus on like creator coins, I think they definitely need a very strong, trading engine to support that because people have to buy, people sell, people, they need to hedge, right? Otherwise, they cannot really maintain the price. So if they want, actually, this is not like a chicken and egg problem. This could be the same problem. If they want to like to bring or to boost the creator coins or to focus on social, because they still need strong assets to engage people to join this this game. But if there is no strong like financial infrastructure to support it, if there is no enough liquidity, no deep liquidity, that the price swing too hard, right? The markets break easily, so people will stop trading. So there is no price backup. The creator coin can die very fast. And sorry for me for saying so. So once the trading stops, right, the coin just die very fast. So
Yep.
if right, the creator coin, I think they don't just need, well, they just need more like attention, and also they need more people to jump in and trade. And so there is definitely they definitely need a strong like spot pool and to back up the price. The liquidity can be
Mm.
deeper. So like when it did back to like 2, 3 years ago, the NFT market is super strong because people are trading very hard, right? Some people even build like perp decks for NFTs. But at that time, the spot market is strong enough, right? It's really, it's kind of out of my imagination at that time. But for now, for this creator coin, I think the pain point is nobody wants to exactly to keep on owning it or holding it because they have to think about the price,
Mm.
without doubt. So if there is a strong trading engine or like markets to support the liquidity, I think it's going to be something different. So this is something we can contribute. If they want to carry on, focus on the creator coins, the culture stuff, we can also play a very strong role over there. I think this is not a chicken egg problem. It's the same problem. Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
No,
Well, I think,
I'd love to
yeah.
hear the types of solutions that can be had, made from something, that you guys are building. I'm sure that's something that Jesse and Base and of course Zora would love to get their hands on if there was a way to tie these types of products in, to deepen that liquidity, because that is the issue, right? Like there's people that don't even know if they want to trade on Zora because of the fear factor there. So very, very interesting to hear your take on it. Um, and then yeah, like I think the creator coins, like I said earlier, they're here to stay. But um, I love to hear the way you kind of broke down that sort of comparison to NFTs. I think there's a lot of people that can probably shake their head yes at that as well. Like, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I think, well, if Base want to carry on, focus on social stuff, I think that's cool because that's Base Gene, right? So I think that's the cool stuff, and other ecosystems does not have. But they still need to care about how to back up the value, the price discovery, because there is going to be a tons of assets bring to Base. Like I think Base is really different compared to other chains, right? And people are willing to mint some local stables in a compliant way. Hey, Han,
We
I
have
see Han is
Han
joining
here.
the
Oh my
call.
God.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey guys, what did I miss?
Guys,
What did I
we have
miss?
Han. We're
Yeah.
getting deep
You missed
into
a
it, man. We're
lot.
talking
Well,
about
I do
liquidity
apologize,
on
guys,
base,
because
creator
there's
coins.
a
We've
time
gone to a
zone and
lot of different
everything.
rabbit holes today, but it's been a
Yeah,
lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I'm so sorry. Thanks for letting me, hop on the train before it ends.
Yeah, well, welcome, man. I've heard so many great things. Danny has spoken so highly of you, and very, very honored to have you on today. First time on the On-Chain Media live stream. This is our RollX weekly show we're doing, Roll Call
Amazing,
Weekly.
amazing.
So, welcome
Wow,
to the
wow.
very first show.
Thank you, thank you. Honored to be here. Honored to be here. Wish I could stay here for longer. Yeah, next time,
It's
next
okay. I mean, yeah, we're vibing here. You know, it's close to the holidays, so I think the timeline's a little quiet. We were just going through, looking at a post from Brian Armstrong talking about the week for Coinbase, RollX. It has been a massive week, but I think Danny, now might be a good time to segue to some of the alpha we have to share today.
Yeah, of course. Actually, Bitfi and Rolex, we're rolling out something, really cool for the not just our V2, but for Base as a whole. So we're going to, to enable or to launch a vault and to bring huge value and liquidity from other ecosystem. That's something Hannah and I are working so hard on, and to Base. So our target will be $100 million votes to be building
Woo!
our our RollX and supporting our V1 and also our V2. So I think these we're going to enable like BFBTC. This is an asset and minted or created by B5. I will let him to talk more about that. So we'll have users deposit BFBTC into our BRLP vault so they can boost the points that they earned on the platform and participate in a core liquidity and the infrastructure, the insurance infrastructure. So all the early contributors they can take part into it because our TGE is coming very soon. I think B5 might also want to share something regarding to their TGE. So I would love to users to participate and engage with our platform and B5 as well and see how we can bring value to base as a whole. We're talking about liquidity all the time. I think this is thing we're building and we're bringing true value to base. Yeah. I'll let him to talk a bit about this. I talk too
Yes,
much
and
right now.
real quick,
Oh my
just to
God.
remind everybody, it's okay. We got Han here. We're gonna go rapid fire. Just to remind everybody, we are doing a $100 USDC on base giveaway at the end of the stream. I'm picking a lucky winner who has done all the things. I'm gonna go ahead and retweet everything you need to do for the giveaway today. So yeah, by the end of the stream, I will be announcing that. Without further ado, Han, let's pass it over to you. Is it Han or Han? Sorry.
Han is good. Han is good. It's an
Han is
interesting
good.
story.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to this country and everyone knows how to pronounce my name exactly. I thought I was pronouncing Han, but I think thanks to Star Wars, there's Han Solo. So
Hanso, I was gonna let you say, Matt. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Han, we're gonna do rapid fire today. Let's get into it.
Sounds good. So, hello, audience. So, first time here. Allow me to introduce what BitFi does. So, we are actually a what we call a CDFI project built on Bitcoin ecosystem. What we do is we take our clients' Bitcoin assets when they are staked. First of all, we run a selection of professional grade trading strategies to generate yield on Bitcoin. So essentially, we trading delta neutral strategies. We some of our own like discretionary strategies. We trade them on a couple of values and we generate returns. So it's essentially just trading returns on top of for our clients. But what we do different is, which is also where we're collaborating with Danny's and RollX, is that um, different from a traditional asset management business where you put your assets with your manager and then that's it, right? You just receive reports and monitor performance. What we do is we will give our users a receipt in terms of tokens, and that's what the BFBTC are for. For example, Rachel, you come to BitFi, you deposit one Bitcoin, then what's two things going to happen immediately. Number one, the Bitcoin will be put into use. We will deploy that to we work with about 15 fund managers right now. So they will take Bitcoin and start trading and start generating yield for you. Right now, the market is not too hot on Bitcoin denominated basis. We're doing 5 to 6%, which is already better than most of the competitors out there. At the same time, the second thing that happens is, Rachel, you're gonna get a BFBTC into your wallet, and this is something that is cool and then what makes it unique. So with your BFBTC, you can participate in other ecosystems, for example, RollX, right, as their PO or into your vote to do whatever the ecosystem of the projects that are collaborating with BitFi allow BFBTC to be used for. And then you generate a layer of DeFi yield on top of that. It might be points, it might be tokens. It totally depends on who you work with. So what's cool about this is this allows a user to simultaneously use their assets to trade and generate the what we call the CFI yield, which is just literally trading against other players in the space. At the same time, you can also get to participate in DeFi, and then get potential upside return from that. So this allows, I think this is the first time that the user can do both with the same assets, and this is what makes us unique. And we've been around for almost a year and a half now. And on Bitcoin side, we have at the peak 550 million US dollar worth of TVL. Right now, I think it's more like 400. Partly thanks to the Bitcoin price performance. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. Yeah, and then we're also proud to have launched our stables product as well. So it's actually similar mechanism as to Bitcoin. The main difference is that for stables denominated products, we have more selections, right? If you trade Bitcoin, there's only so much you can do about it. But with stables, our existing fund managers and some on-chain platforms I work with, they can provide more different ways to generate use for our users. So we do the same for stables as well. Then user will get BFUSD, which will then be deployed to elsewhere. And RollX will be, we're lucky to have RollX as one of our first partners with
Let's
a
go.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. Yeah, I think combined BitFi and RollX, I think a lot is possible. And a lot of our conversation today, with Quigley here, Quigley is a big member of the base community. Him and I have hosted now probably hundreds of hours of spaces and shows together. So we're talking about how this is really going to change things for the base community. I'm curious, Han, from your perspective, what are you most excited about for the RollX partnership, and how do you view this impacting the base community?
Yeah, I think honestly the most exciting thing about the partnership with RollX, from my perspective, is our ability to get into the base ecosystem, which is where historically we have not been able to. And I think there are two major reasons for that. Number one is, BTC LST on base hasn't really been a thing. We haven't seen anything successful in the space. I think there are good reasons for that. But let's we can dig into that a bit later. And the second is just the fact that Base and Coinbase, I think the Base community, those are in relative terms are more professional and more, I would say, disciplined in nature, and that speaks well with our language at BitFi. Because myself, my background before crypto, I worked at Wall Street for a couple of years. I was a quant researcher at BlackRock first, and then AQR Capital Management. So also like BitFi, we deal with both retail and institutional clientele. So I think now that we're trying to get more into the retail business, because honestly, for the Bitcoin, we have a pretty healthy retail user base, but institutions and whales still dominate in terms of We think that can with the integration with the base ecosystem, we can change that. We can tap into the high quality user base and ecosystem of the projects within the base ecosystem. I think that's great. And apart, combined with the fact that myself, as my founders were based in New York, in North America, I think this is a natural advantage for us to work with Base, and RollX is giving us the opportunity.
Very cool. Well, Han, I have to say I'm a native New Yorker. I'm from New York, and if I'm ever out there, would love to connect, see you and the team. Do you guys have any plans to have a presence at any North American events or any U.S. based events?
Yes, we're planning for that. Danny mentioned TG plans. We do plan to TGE, BitFi plans to TGE as well. Well, most likely in January or February next year.
Wow, it's going to be a big year, 2026. I'm so excited, even more bullish now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Curious to hear Quigley if you have any thoughts there.
No, just you're TGing like February 2026 roughly, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
I just need to remember that so I don't miss it.
I can remind you.
We'll start a chat. We'll start a chat.
Yeah, I got to keep track of this
DM
stuff.
you.
So.
Yeah.
But DM you quickly. Don't worry.
Yeah, let me know.
We have an office. We have an office in Midtown, like near Grand Central. Feel free to come visit.
No way. I used to be on 27th and 7th, like right over there by Penn
Yeah.
Station.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, let's see. Someone said, I never knew you were from New York. Goo God. Okay. What's up, Goo God? Yeah. I mean, it comes out, my New Yorker comes out a little bit here and there. So
I don't know either. I thought you loved LA and San Diego, the dry aged
I love
steak,
California, you guys. I ended up on the West
Now
Coast.
you say
I'm
you
sorry.
love New York steak more.
I'm sorry. Well,
That's
listen,
not
New
your
York
right.
is my roots. That's my home. I obviously, love that my family's there. So gotta shout out my New York fam. But I ended up on the West Coast, you guys. What can I say? I love the weather and the beach. I don't want to deal with the cold. It's freezing over there, right? How I was on call with my mom yesterday. She's like, it hurts to go outside. Like.
Yeah. It's a little bit better today, but it can get pretty painful.
Yeah. Well, I know we are coming up on the end of the hour. I feel like, okay, with Danny for sure, me and her can stay on a call for hours. I know that. But just so we can put a bow on all this and give some proper calls to action here, I want to go around and hear everyone's thoughts. What are like the top things? Maybe we start with Danny. What are the top things that you want to see from anyone viewing, listening today? What would be a top call to action you'd want to share?
Yeah. First off, really thankful for Han to be joining the call, to be joining our roll call weekly. So I would love to use, our community to learn about BFI and to learn about BFBTC because we're super excited about BFBTC and this collaboration. Will be great to try it out and to try to deposit and try to give it a shot and to have more. We love to bring the base army and the community to learn that LSD, like from like BTC from BitFi, and to bring them to base together because we love to build with the best people together and to build a strong like trading system that can scale like safely on chain. This is something we're trying to do with BitFi and the base community. So that's the thing we want to users to know about it. And also given that we're launching our V2 very soon, and we want everyone to join the wait list. It's something really. Oh, you're sharing the screen. Yeah, this is what BitFi is currently building, and they're doing amazing job. So as Han just mentioned, they're going to launch the stables as well. We're going to explore stable from there after they launch the stables on base, and for our V2, yes, we want everyone to join the wait list to give it a shot and to let your community know about it. And this product really matters to base strategically, to be the backbone for the liquidity and to enable the price discovery on base. This is something crucial as well for us. We're also going to have our TG very soon, roughly in January. And we want everybody to take part into it, to contribute, maybe to let us know how to think about it. What's your ideas behind? We'd love to hear people's thoughts and to form our own army on base together with all you guys together. So yeah, that's the thing I want to highlight. Maybe join our Discord channel as well.
I was gonna
And there
say
is an
that.
yeah,
We're
there is
calling
an
it
exclusive
the
channel.
V2 crew. You guys join the
You
V2
named it.
crew.
I love it. I love the name. Yeah, we have an exclusive channel for all the V2 testers or early adopters. So we're going to distribute some rewards, special benefits for the V2 early birds. Because we do that before. We have launched the NFT stuff for the OGs, early supporters, trying our product with 2x points booster. This is something really valuable, because our points decide the percentage of the airdrop you can claim from, after we launch the token. So this is something really cool. I would love to users or the community members to join our DC group and also to join the wait list. Yeah, that's something I want
Yep,
to say.
I'm dropping the links right now. So if you are tuned in on X, I'm dropping this in our live stream chat. You can see in the comments, I dropped the link to Discord. I'm also dropping the link for you to join the V2 waitlist. So both of those links are available.
Thank you.
And to our YouTube viewers, we actually have some folks who are watching live on YouTube right now, dropping that link for you as well. That most recent one is going to be the waitlist. And then let's grab the Discord link. Now, with that being said, I would love to pass it over to Han next, and then yeah, we'll pass it over to Quigley to take us home here.
Danny, that's so well said, and thanks so much for the kind words. Flattered to be here and and meet Rachel and quickly here. I think what I want to share with the audience is first of all, RollX starts the show. Definitely keep an eye on a lot of good stuff, cool stuff happening. The collaboration with BitFi is it's just one of the so many cool things that I know that Danny is cooking with the team. Keep an eye, join the waitlist. I think it's going to be great, and I would be flattered if the audience also keep an eye, follow us, BitFi, and I think our products, especially when we collaborate with RollX within this goes live, we won't let you down. The points, the returns, I think especially in this market where the things are so volatile, I don't think many people like to see, the reason the market performance, the market, directions for Bitcoin seems to be sort of um, decorrelating from from the general traditional market, but we are we're professionals. We know what we're doing. We are able to get you through all kinds of seasons and ups and downs. So yeah, follow us, shout out and tag me on X or anything, any questions. We do cool stuff. We work with the best teams, RollX, among others. So yeah, I'm really excited about what's gonna roll out, with RollX and with BitFi. So I think the audience, you guys won't be disappointed.
Well, I can't wait. I, for one, am very excited. I've been hearing Danny just speak so highly of you guys, and we're so
That
excited.
is kind.
Hopefully, this is the first of many collaborations, shows, and content that we do together, Han.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I do want to pass it off to Quigley next. Quigley, I'd love to hear, any closing thoughts, calls to action, anything that you have cooking. I mean, you've been doing so many shows on base and just supporting so many different people in the community. So, yeah, why don't you
Yeah,
take us home?
yeah, it was really, really awesome to get to know you guys. Nice to meet you, Han, first time as well,
Likewise.
but definitely going to be checking out your product and, obviously excited to hear about these tokens that are coming along here for both Danny and Han. So just thank you, Rachel, for letting me hop on. It was a great
Thanks for being
conversation.
here.
I think we were kind of going off the rails a little bit because that's just how I roll. I love talking about
I love talking to you, man. I
what's
love going
happening.
straight to
So
like, okay, what's happening? What's the
yeah,
sentiment? What's going on? And Quigley, I appreciate like the journalistic integrity, right? It's like kind of like covering all angles of a story. You know what I mean? And I love that about you. It's why I love collaborating with you. And yeah, man, thank you so much for joining us today. Um,
yeah. You mind if I just real quick, since you said that? So full spectrum. That is the the content that the media platform that we're building. Just like Rachel just said, it's about giving the full story. We're gonna have hosts that do gaming. We're gonna have hosts that are covering trading. We're gonna have hosts that are covering all different types of content. This actually is all being rebranded and updated. We're in the midst of that right now. But
oh,
basically
wow.
we've been having a lot of fun. But we learned through our first sort of month or so of content, that we've got some different things that we can do and bring to the space. So we're excited. Probably kicking off the beginning of the year, we'll have some new sponsorships that we'll be announcing and some new hosts that we'll be announcing here shortly. So just looking forward to that. And again, I appreciate you, bringing me on. I think I always give Bill all the credit because Bill was like probably the first one to get me into a stream. But
Mm-hmm.
seeing you doing this content, making this content consistently and doing such a good job putting out high
Oh,
quality content is one of the motivational factors I had. I was telling Kevin
you're
this
making
earlier
me blush
today.
over here, man.
Like I needed to level up. That's why I started doing these streams and working with my team to like, hey, yeah, we've been doing spaces. It's been fun, but we needed to do something a little more professional. So I just want to give you your shout out for
Oh,
being a trailblazer and
oh
putting
my
putting the
God.
content out there. So good times
Rachel is about
as
to cry.
always.
I know you're making me blush over here, man.
Nah,
I don't like that. Just means a lot to me because we've been in the trenches together. I can't begin to explain to you guys. We have had hours now, hundreds of hours of spaces, shows. We have been together, friends in the base community for a very long time, and I want to dive a little bit into before we close today the Quigley and Rachel lore, our On-Chain Summit family. I feel like we can't have a conversation without shouting out our On-Chain Summit family. It's like that is so core to like I don't know, like my heart on base, like the On-Chain Summit crew, our road to On-Chain Summit spaces, like gotta shout them out.
yeah, I can't wait. This year's we're leveling up again. Just be ready because it's going to be insane this year. I talked to Kevin about some of the things that are cooking right now, and it's going to be unreal. So, yeah, On-Chain Summit,
This was
always
our
a great
life
place.
for months, for months.
Yeah,
This is we're
always a
doing
great
all,
place.
yeah.
Great time to connect with everybody building on base, and this year is going to be something else. It's going to be an evolution once again. So can't wait to kick things off again and see everybody this summer. Yep,
I,
Oh,
it's a
I,
sorry, I'm
vibe.
talking to myself. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to the On-Chain Summit family. There might be some people here. I think you would recognize, yeah, if you guys know OKX, yeah, and some
Yep.
On-Chain Media swag. Such a good time. Oh, and this reminds me, I'm actually leaving here after this stream to go have dinner with the wonderful Crypto Empress here. So very excited for that. So yeah, you guys, I feel like this has been a great stream. I know we covered a lot of ground. We've covered a lot today. But Han, it was so great meeting you. Danny, I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
We're kicking off our show here. We got Quigley, live onboarded here, an education session on RollX and BitFi. So this has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me. And again, sorry about joining late. I'm seriously FOMOing here. I think I wish I were able to be a part of the crew earlier.
You're here, man. You're a part of it.
Well, be ready. Just tap in because it's going to be 2026 On-Chain Summit's going to be even more lit. So be ready for that. We're going to get everybody onboarded.
Quigley, we
year.
should find seriously, Quigley and I you can't make this stuff up. We're on billboards all over San Francisco. Our faces, our PFPs. Sorry, I feel like I should find this. I feel like this is a very important piece of lore here.
Yeah. No, it's a humbling experience when you see your PFP blasted everywhere, all over the place.
We get to San Francisco. Before I even got there, people are sending me photos. They're like, "That's Rachel. I see her on a billboard on on a screen." That's crazy. Yeah, but that's the base community, man.
Yeah.
What's that, Han? I didn't catch that.
Come to New York as well. I think that the community in New York is growing, every day. I think we'd love to, see you guys on the billboard.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of base meetups out there too, Han. I got there's a lot of base community members that I talk to in New York that get together pretty often as well. So definitely tap into those because I lived in New York for 5 years when I was a kid, but I haven't been back in forever. So I've been saying I'm going back to New York, but it needs to happen soon. I need to get up there.
I'll definitely be back there at some point. I got my family out there. So Han, if we want to organize, a RollX, BitFi sort of base community meetup, I think that would be a lot of fun. And there is a growing community in New York. Uniswap's based out of New York. There's some OKX folks out there. Definitely a big community in New York we could tap into, and Base and Coinbase, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds great.
You guys, this has been a fun stream. I'm going to have dinner with an amazing human being here, our friend Crypto Empress from the Base community. So I gotta head out here in a few, but you guys, much
it's
love.
not your boyfriend. I thought it's your boyfriend. You're gonna have an amazing dinner with an amazing man alongside
it's his birthday this weekend, so yeah, I have some things planned.
Got it. Yeah. I really do enjoy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything, the support. Thank you, Quigley, for joining the call. Thank you, Han, for being with us. I think we're here to, for the long term, to build on Base, and to grow with all this ecosystem together and all these amazing people like you guys together. So we believe in it. And really looking forward to what's coming next. We're just getting started. Yeah.
Absolutely, you guys follow along, and I'm gonna go ahead and announce the giveaway winner after this while we're off the stream. So you guys, thank you to the several hundred people that tuned in. We're in the midst of the holiday season, so thank you everyone who took the time here today, and we will see you on the next Roll Call Weekly, you guys, in the new year, 2026. So we'll see. I will see you before next year. I can't say I'll see you guys next year. I'll see you tomorrow on my next live stream.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, guys.
Have a good rest of your day.